Hello, what's up guys? Here with a new video for the trading bot. I'm gonna show you some stuff that I find really exciting. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I forgot to mention yesterday. Main thing being the divergence between the MFI and the RSI. So we discussed yesterday that our new indicator includes the relative strength index and the money flow index. So we kind of went over what the money flow index does and what the calculation is based on. What we didn't do is discuss divergence between the two. So at times one indicator will say that price is oversold or in the extremes, and the other indicator doesn't react as as much as the RSI does. So we'll be going over that and what you can learn from it, what you can see, what it kind of tells you about the market, about price. So let's get into that. First of all, let's just go over to the chart because I shared some idea today just now before I was going live. So well, today was a pretty obvious price movements, or this weekend, I must say. So what we kind of expected happened. We expected a short squeeze, or at least a retracement from the dump to the 50K, and we've got this retracement, a pretty nice one, all the way up to the 57K. So this was my chart that was actually giving me all the right signals. So we saw that I think I showed this yesterday as well, or I might not have, because yesterday, as you guys know, I recorded two videos. The first one had no sound, and the one was the one where I discussed the most interesting stuff. So one of the things that I've discussed is this chart, and I said that, okay, over this trading session, we have some points of control, so high volume nodes, which basically indicates where most of the volume is being traded over a certain price range, and we saw that we had two high volume nodes on this top here. So most probably a big selling volume coming in here and absorbing any breakout trader, and we dump right from this point of control. We dump to the 50K. So when we were going up, I already had placed these points of control, so I was aware of them, and I was also aware of this resistance block, this red block you see above us. So what I was kind of expecting was exactly this. Okay, we coming back up to these two order blocks, rejecting them, and as you guys can see, we fought a lot of times. We tried to break them, but it didn't work out throughout this weekend. So eventually we got our dump. Where did I short? Well, exactly here. Exactly at this top, and it gave me this FIP trend line, which I used as an indication to short. Also, we had like three tops here. We couldn't break it, so it was a very obvious short. And also, the take profit area was pretty interesting because we had a lot of confluences coming together at this area, at this price level. So, which price level are we talking about? It's basically this one. So what you can see right here is that first of all, we have the 55 EMA that's still above our 21 EMA, but the 21 EMA is really trying to make its move above it. Okay, it didn't hold us up, uh, but as I showed you guys in the first stream, I think there is this broadening wedge, which also Snet showed us on the chart. We have this broadening wedge downwards to the 50K. Okay, so these two lines create this broadening wedge, and what we were kind of expecting is that the broadening wedge was going to get a retest before we could actually go up. So I'm still anticipating this retest, and I think we kind of had it already because my post in the test chart chat, like half an hour ago, I said we would retest the 21 EME, 233 EME, and etc., and it would come in at the 54.576. So if we look at the lowest price, it's 54.7. So we didn't quite yet make it that low. Let me see if I'm on the Bybit price chart. I'm just double checking if this is actually Bybit, and it is. So what was our lowest point again? It was around zero point 0.7. Okay, so we didn't quite yet hit that long target that I had, but we did come really close. I actually want to move this green one. 1 second. Okay, my mouse doesn't want to grab it. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. 1 second, guys. It's really annoying getting some of these things to move the way you want them to. So I just deleted it. Okay. So the new interesting area for me currently is this price region. You can see my red dotted horizontal line, which was the low. It was a low from when we were coming coming down, and it's now aligning with this 144 EMA, so this purple EMA. Yeah, we kind of retested it already. So you could say we have done the retest. We could come down and do another retest, but this is the area that I'm interested in taking a long scalp. Of course, there is an invalidation below here, and I wouldn't just stick to the long. But this is an interesting price level. And the next thing we wanted to discuss is the divergence. So we've put these horizontal or vertical lines yesterday to indicate where overbought and oversold conditions were on our RSI MFI indicator. But what I forgot to tell you, and I did in the first video that had no sound, but what I forgot to tell you is kind of the divergence. So let's go a little bit over that, because I think that's very, very interesting for you to note down. Is that okay? We already discussed that the difference between the RSI and the MFI is that the relative strength index is based on price movements. So how much did price move in the last X amount of candles? Based on those price movements, it will formulate an overbought, oversold stochastic, like you can see below here. It's an indicator, right? And below that, we have the MFI, and it does the same calculation, only it includes volume instead of price movement. So instead of taking the price movement as your basis for the calculation, it takes volume as its basis for the calculation. And what we can see here, for example, is a divergence between the two. So what you can see is that the RSI kind of goes up more or reacts heavier than the MFI does at this particular point, which basically tells us that there wasn't really wasn't as much buy volume as price was moving. So it was mostly a market maker move up. Okay, because if the price is moving up, but the volume is not really showing you, so there's not really people buying at market, then you know that there is some shady stuff going on. It's not a natural price movement because of demand, but it's more so forced by the market makers that the price goes towards a certain direction. Okay, so those things are so interesting to take into account. So here we see another one. Here we see that price is going up, but the MFI here below isn't really going above 44. While here we see that this is going above 50, 60. So the reaction in the RSI, so the reaction in price, is bigger than the reaction in buying volume. Again, probably a market maker move. And what do we see? We go up, go down again, and then the next time we go up, it's also combined with volume. So from this moment, we also have buying volume coming in, and we have price reacting, which is a more natural way of moving price, right? If there is also buyers, and it's not only forced by a market maker to move the price in a certain direction. And yeah, you guys can go over this yourself and just have a look at what these divergences are telling you, because the logic for me behind it is when you have a certain price movement and it's a big price movement, but the volume isn't agreeing with that price movement, you kind of know that there is something wrong with that price movement, because the market didn't allow people to market buy into that price movement, and it rather went just by market makers removing their sell orders. Okay, so that's what you can learn here, and that's what makes our new indicator a lot more powerful. So for example, this area here, you can see very clear absorption, as they call it. What that means is that people were selling, so you can see clear selling volume, selling pressure on the MFI, which comes down all the way clear close to the dotted line. But we see that the RSI is not reacting. So that means that that the selling volume is being absorbed by buyers. Because if you have people market selling, which the MFI is showing you, there is a lot of market selling going on at this moment in time. But the price isn't reacting. That means that some people are just limit buying that volume up. Okay, so they're just absorbing all these market sell from the person who's selling, and the next thing you know, we're going back up. So they've absorbed the selling from that person that sold down here, and then moved the price back up because all the cells got absorbed, and we can continue our way back up. Okay, so that's really interesting stuff we can find here, and I would advise all of you to just have a look at the MFI RSI and just look for those differences because they are telling you so much, such a clear story about the market. Okay, and we're seeing a decent retracement. Let's see, I'm thinking 55 EMA might probably give us some resistance in a bit, but that's fine because what do we have? Please don't tell me I didn't show you guys the chart. Yes, I didn't show you guys the chart. Of course, I have to really get used to all this stuff. So if there is someone in the chat that could help me out by letting me know if I'm just doing something totally wrong, then please do. Um, so I don't know if I should repeat everything, but I think that's the smartest to do right now because it was a really important thing that I was telling you guys about. So again, I think you guys have all heard it, but let's just go over it again. The divergence between the MFI and RSI. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with this one, moment here where price is reacting a lot. Okay, so now you can also see the visuals. Price is reacting a lot on the RSI. MFI isn't going up. Divergence between the two. What does it mean? There is no one buying at market, so there's no one interested to buy here with a market order, but price is moving up, so that means that that there is just market makers removing their sell orders and allowing price to move up. Then we go to the moment that we had absorption, which was right here. What does that mean? Well, there was some person or people were selling here at the lows and they were market selling, but we see absorption because price doesn't react. So if we look at the RSI, price isn't going close to that oversold condition. It's just staying in the middle. That means that people have absorbed all the sells, all the market sells that we can see on the MFI. They have absorbed them. So they just placed limit orders. They bought up all the sells that the person was doing here at the low. And the next thing we see is price moving back up. So after the absorption, we can move back up because they bought they bought the bitcoins that the person was selling here at the low, and price moves back up. So that's how you can see absorption and distribution by just taking the RSI and the MFI, because the MFI is basing the calculation on volume, the RSI is basing the calculation on price movements. So that was the RSI MFI, and we're coming back up from our area that we were interested in buying. So that's looking nice right now. And then we can go back to our trading on Bybit. So our trading bot, and guys, I've shown you some of the screenshots and the results that we're having right now, and it's just fantastic to see with this new update where we have like most of the, or let's say the bugs that were really annoying, they've all been resolved. So the bot is working pretty nicely now, and as you can see, it's just doing so much work. Okay, so even if I'm asleep, it's just spreading all these orders around, catching rebates, making profitable trades. It's not just random orders, as you guys know. There is some logic behind it, and yeah, it's a perfect market making script. So you're just gonna earn a lot of passive income. Uh, I wouldn't even call it passive because I would advise everyone to just spend time and focus and like not see it as a passive thing, but just try to put the efforts in to make the best out of it, right? You can only do that if you don't see it as too passive. You want to know where, in which price areas you would want to be interested in buying and selling still, right? So even though I have the market maker bot set up to do market making, so spread out orders above and below the price, I did give it the logic to start longing around here, so to focus on getting this long position at the lows, and it will do the same if we come to the tops. If we come to the top, then it will start accumulating a short position, right? So besides just doing the market making, it's also doing like yeah, trades, a lot of trades, a lot of profitable trades. So um, that's that. Let us see. If there's any questions from the chat, please let me know. And next thing I'll do, I'll probably start creating a table, and probably over that, but I'll kind of share my ideas how I create these tables. So let me try and open up a table. Let me see what you guys are seeing right now. No, that's not correct. Yeah. So this is our current table. And what I want to adjust here is I want to just implement some of the things that I'm seeing in the chart, right? What we're seeing is that this is a really interesting price area. Where's the right chart? We're at a really interesting area to take some long scalps. Okay, we made a pretty decent retracement, and although I'm still bearish overall, I do think we are gonna go sub 50k again. Um, I also saw everyone turn bearish. So all the YouTubers and everyone is back bearish. So that makes me kind of doubt my idea. I had sub 50k, so below 50k. I had that planned out for, let's say, 2 weeks or so. We did come really close enough for me where I closed my short. But at the moment, I feel like everyone is bearish, so I don't really want to short this too soon. And instead, I just want to be patient and just playing what I see. And currently, this looks like a buying zone to me. It doesn't really look like a short currently. We're seeing the 21 EMA going for that 55 EMA, and if we can get this cross with price moving above the 21 EMA, that would be really nice, because if we get that retest of the 21 EMA at that point, we'll probably get a big movement upwards. So I'm just waiting it out a little bit, and yeah, not gonna do too much about it at the moment. I feel like yeah, keeping it simple is the way to go. Letting the bot do the work is the way to go. And yeah, as you guys see, it's trading 5, 10, 20, $60 contract amount, and today it realized $40 already, and it has almost $4 in unrealized profits. Yeah, it's not that much, but yeah, I'm not risking that much as well. I don't feel like I'm risking anything, honestly. Like if price drops to 40k right now, I wouldn't be in a danger zone. So yeah, it's just a safe way to just do a lot of trades and have the bot just perform as much as possible. Oh, I keep forgetting to switch all these scenes over. So yeah, I was showing you guys the trading overview. Yeah, I don't see any questions, so I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the stream. So I might as well just keep it on and work on the table. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and I'll be around. And I might quit the stream at some point, but for now, yeah, feel free to ask questions. I'll leave it open. You guys can have a look at what the bot will be doing the coming hour or two, and yeah, enjoy the art, the trading art, I would call it. Okay, have a good day, and I'll put in some music for you guys, Snets music. Shout out to Snets. Coming